Hey guys, so just doing a little more thinking here. This whole abortion debate and the language and the terminology that's used. Pro-choice, pro-life. You got the pro-choicers saying, well, pro-life just means you're anti-choice. Frankly, I think pro-choice means pro-abortion. Now, doing a little deep diving into this, I want you to think about something for a minute. But let's look at our culture here in America. Mothers in this country, we put on a pedestal. We elevate them in society, kind of as a special place, And so, with that, because when you're a mother, that means there's sacrifice and love and patience and the whole thing that most of us have grown up, seeing and getting from our mothers. And that's why we elevate them. Now, we've seen the people on the left, these pro-abortionists, they equate unborn babies to such things as cancer and viruses, that's all an unborn child is to them, is cancer. It's no different than that. But what's interesting, I heard someone say, well, it's just an extension of a woman's body. And and it got me to think, because I listen to what pro-abortionists say. Okay, so you think because it's not a human being, it's just an extension of the woman's body. Well, when you go and you tear that unborn child apart, when you dissect it, tear its legs and arms and stuff off, or you use saline solution and inject it to burn it to death, that's not the mother's body that you're dissecting. When you reach in there and sever its spinal column, remove its brain, and collapse its skull and pulling it out, that's not the mother's brain that's being extracted. That's not, the woman's skull that's being collapsed and pulled out. That's an independent human life that, frankly, yes, it's dependent on the mother's womb. It's just as dependent at, outside of the womb, on adult interaction. And what I mean by that is, that baby in the womb is dependent on the mother for nutrition and health and everything else. But when that baby's born without another adult to feed it and care for it, it's going to die no differently. Now, I got to tell you, any woman, and I don't care if she's got any, if she already has kids, fine, she's a mother to those kids. But when you say it's the mother's choice to have an abortion, I'm sorry. If a woman is pregnant and believes in abortion, just for the sake of abortion, aborting babies for convenience is what I'm talking about, not rape or imminent harm to the mother's life, things like that. But if they just say it's the mother's choice, well, you know what? I got to be honest, that's not a mother, okay? Just because you're pregnant does not make you a mother. According to the left, you're just a host. Because to call a pregnant woman a mother would mean that's a baby in her womb. That's what it means. When you're a mother, you're a parent to a child. So it's not a mother's choice. You're nothing more than a host. And I want you to think about how far you've just degraded yourself, and the left has been degrading you all these years. And you've been thinking, wow, this is female killing a defenseless baby in my womb for convenience. That's women's empowerment. Go me. I am woman. Hear me roar. Snip, snip, snip. I got to tell you, that's pretty damn sick. But again, any woman that's pregnant that believes in abortion on demand, you're not a mother. You're a host. Get used to it. Embrace it, because that's what you are. Again, a mother just wouldn't snuff out a life growing inside of her and make excuses, saying, well, it's not really alive. It's like cancer. It's an extension of my body. No, because that child's DNA is unique unto itself. It shares DNA with you and DNA with its father. It does not have it's not just your DNA. It's not your clone. It has its own unique fingerprints, a heartbeat, all that stuff. But congratulations. You've managed to, yet find the lowest common denominator as a pro-abortion, host. So I hope that sinks in, and that you maybe reconsider your position and really the things I said, because you can't argue against them. And I don't give a damn what a bunch of people in some black robes sitting up there playing Caesar, who invented some fictitious right that you can't find in the Constitution. It's hogwash and it's nonsense. So think about it. Think about how far you've just drug women down in the society to where they're not mothers anymore. They're just a host to a virus, a host to some cancer that we just need to get rid of it, with like chemotherapy. You've got to kill it. So that's not progressive. That's regressive. That's not evolution. That's de-evolution. So congratulations on finding the lowest common denominator.